Hi, friends. I wanted to read you a chapter from my book on getting outside your comfort zone. Because that is something that is holding us back from that thing that we truly, truly want. And I know that we know that, but we do things like trick ourselves that it's not important, or we um, don't prioritize ourselves, something else is more important, or we explain it away by saying why it doesn't make sense anyways because it's not possible. We do all these like mental gymnastics to keep ourselves from the thing that we want, which is crazy because it's the thing that we want. Um, so I wanted to read a story to you about this from my book, What the Hell Am I Supposed to Do with My Life? You can get the audiobook on Amazon if you like, but the point is really just a story. So let's do it. Get comfortable outside your comfort zone. The armadillo learns to come out of her safe little ball. So let me start this time with a personal story. While I was living and working in Jamaica, I would feel the deep yearning, this massive craving for adventure, for experiences, for some sort of stimulus for my soul. It was like a kind of spiritual hunger, and the more I ignored it, the louder it would grumble. You know when you haven't eaten all morning and you do an intense workout and then an hour later you're like, I need food, Cookie Monster style? That's what it was like. My soul is not very subtle. How can I translate this from woo into English for those who don't yet speak soul, although you soon will? Here goes. I was bored as hell. Bored, bored, bored. I was busy with my life, but I was bored with it. Every day in and out, this obsession with making money and generally pleasing other people. I yearned for some meaning to life, which really was that whole soul craving thing. But at the time, a few years before the security guard incident, it just looked like absolute abrasive boredom. So, with this in mind, my type A inner self took the reins of my inner dialogue. Okay, we can do something about this. Yes, let's set some challenges for ourselves, okay? Let's take 2 or 3 weeks vacation every year and travel to some place we, as in me, have never been to, all alone with no agenda and submerge. That should nix this board issue. But that's really uncomfortable to be away from home, all alone in a strange place for so long. I thought to myself in my inner whining voice. Type A chimed back in. Just book the ticket. You'll figure the rest out afterwards. Relax, you're not gonna die. So, bullied by myself, I applied for vacation and booked a ticket to Italy. First stop, Verona. I stayed with a friend from university, Gianluca, and his girlfriend to help with costs for this leg of the trip. And in all honesty, it was also a sort of stepping stone to the whole solo submersion. Stay with me for this story. It's the only way to illustrate the point I want to make, and it's all 100% true. While they were at work, I would go into the town to explore. I was petrified of being lost and alone in a foreign country. Petrified. So, type A, in control, Miss Self Sufficient, stepped in. I stored Gianluca's phone number, his address, his girlfriend's phone number, and his sister's number and address in my cell phone. Contingencies go without saying, of course, so I wrote it all down in my notebook too in case my cell died while I was out. No problem, I got this. My first day, I visited the Coliseum, sat in a piazza and journaled, people watched, investigated nooks and crannies, had some solid reflecting alone time. At the end of the day, I ate a pizza, said in Italian accent, grabbed a cab at the Coliseum cab line, and got in. Quattro di Via Cavabradisa, per favor. Look at me, all able to get home in shape. I unpacked my bag a bit. It had been too heavy to walk around with, and I wanted to make sure I had a lighter bag for the next day. Had dinner with my friends and went to bed. The next day I did the same. Ventured in the town to explore. This time, at the end of the day, craving adventure and all, I decided to walk home. I wanted to explore the streets. I thought I remembered the way home. It seemed simple enough. Of course, no plot twist here. I got lost. The stores were closed and it had become dark. I was quite some distance away from the Coliseum in an area I didn't recognize, but no biggie. I'm prepared for this. I'll just grab a cab. I hailed a random taxi driving past and got in. Took out my phone to get the address. Dead. No problem. That's what the contingency was for. I dug around in my bag for my notebook. Insert heart drop. I had unpacked my notebook the night before. Oh my God. I was in a foreign country, alone, and lost with no idea where to go and no way to get in touch with anyone who would. Picture being all alone on a life raft in the middle of some faraway deep blue ocean. That was the feeling. Add in a major anxiety disorder, lol, not fun. Panic started to overwhelm me to the point of medium to mild paralysis. What was I going to do? Then, the taxi driver, who had been sitting quietly with his back turned the entire time, looked at me in the rearview mirror. He very calmly said, "Quattro di via Cava Bardisa?" Insert discreet mouth drop. Getting emotional reading this. My eyes are like tearing up because I'm remembering the moment. It was the same cab driver from the day before. He remembered me. He remembered the address he had taken me to. I swear to God, in Jamaican, a true thing what may I say. One of two things could have happened next in the moment immediately following this. One, I could have gone to a convenience store and bought a lottery ticket, figuring this was just my lucky day. Or two, which is what actually happened, I could learn something from it. And boy, oh boy, that I did. As it happened, I felt chills. I felt a deep realization that goes a universe type of distance beyond words. From this one incident, and for reasons I can't explain, I just knew in the depths of my entire soul, in my whole being, that there was a God and that He was taking care of me. Me. Actually, me. Not generally like everyone is a child of God and you feel like He can't probably have such a personal interest in you because, hello, everyone is a whole lot of people. I knew for sure in this moment that God, the universe, whatever you call it, a supreme force that God, the universe, whatever you call it, a supreme force from which I came, is actually taking care of me and every other person. And he/it/she is doing this in a more intimate level than you even take care of yourself. I realized how in control of my life I actually wasn't, and how much He actually is. God 1, in control, me 0. This was the first moment I started believing in life's magic, more commonly referred to as miracles. I had grown up in a very religious Catholic family, and I knew all the theory and stories and practices, but I never really felt a personal relationship with God, like you have with a mother or a sister. The concept of God always seemed like some abstract, distant story or word on a piece of paper that had nothing really to do with me. I remember that, at that moment, as simple as it was, tears welled up in my eyes, like in a Disney cartoon. Well, except the wells weren't as deep. Asian problems. It's kind of interesting that tears welled up in my eyes at the same exact time I read that too. Tears welled up in my eyes because I was overcome with a type of emotion I had never before experienced, and I physically didn't know what to do or how to express it. It was an emotion of relief and letting go. It was an emotion of ultimate security, knowing I'm never, ever, in fact, alone, and that someone else, someone much smarter than me or anyone in the world, is in control of my life. Sigh. What a freaking relief, because I have no idea what the hell I'm actually doing. That was the first time I felt a sense of peaceful existence connected to whatever it is we come from. My gosh, on that one trip, I experienced so many coincidences that continued to reassure me of this divine guidance. And these coincidences continued to happen even after I got back, creating a deeper and deeper impression on me that this mysterious thing was beyond my understanding, that it knew more than I could ever try and know or plan for, that it was magical, that it connected things in this world beyond understanding. And as the years went on, the more these sorts of divine alignments happened, the deeper my faith would root within me and the more unquestionable it would become. I say it here because I think the words commonly used, God, Buddha, Jah, Jesus, Allah, etc., are polluted with so much man made crap that all true meaning in who they were is lost. It here is intended to describe the essence lost in words, like the tree in the beginning of the book that cannot be expressed through words, but only felt by each individual person in their own way. So, story told, now upwards and onwards towards the point. Henry Ford said it best. If you do the same things you've always done, you'll get the same results you've always gotten. There are things we need to learn that we just cannot learn from books or advice. There are things we need to learn that we can only learn from experiencing for ourselves. It is my belief that you are reading this book or listening to this here right now because there are things in life you want to experience or achieve or become that you haven't as yet. And if you want different results than you've been getting, you will need to do things you haven't yet done. You will need to go outside of your comfort zone and you will need to get comfortable.